What does it feel like to be 101?
It's shocking. I was born April 2nd, 1923.
You want to tell the audience what you did before I came?
I had a beer.
If I'm listening to you and I'm 25 and I think it's too late, is it too late?
Well, I still say.
In this video, Mamie is going to share some of her best life advice, insights, and wisdom for living a more fulfilling life. So without further ado, let's jump into it.
How old are you?
I'm 101. I was born April 2nd, 1923. I was a little bit before you were born.
Just a couple of years. You and me are a couple of years apart. What does it feel like to be 101?
Well, it's shocking. It came pretty fast. You hit your 40s and 50s, and you're just sailing along, and suddenly someone tells you, happy birthday, and a big 100 is standing up there in front of you. I have to say I had a good life and a hard-working life because my parents explained to me very early, you have to do something about what's been done to us and move us ahead. You have to work hard, you have to pay attention and give your all, and don't do drugs. But they didn't say anything about martini. So.
You want to tell the audience what you did before I came?
I had a beer.
Why do you think you've been able to live this long? What are your secrets for being 101? And not just 101, but you're walking, you're having a beer, you're having martinis. You said you don't take any prescription medication. How have you gone?
I don't take any medication.
Yeah.
All my life I've exercised, and I enjoy people. I enjoy my artwork. I'm grateful for the opportunities I've had. I've traveled pretty much around the world, not to every little place, volunteer. And I love that part of helping people. My parents impressed upon me, you have to help. These people have been in slavery and they haven't had a good start. And we're here to move us ahead.
You lived through the World War, the Second World War.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you were doing when the war ended?
When wars end, that's such a blessing. And you're grateful because young men and women too were just dying for somebody else's reason. I hope we don't have another World War. I've seen a few of them, and it's not good. And people who sit up and think we'll go to war about this or that, work it out, talk it out, do something, but don't go to war. And now they've got buttons, I understand, that they can push and cause a bomb to go off in somebody else's country. That's terrible.
What were you doing at the end of the Second World War? Do you remember that day?
Oh, I know I went and had a good, strong martini.
In order for somebody who doesn't know you and doesn't know anything about you to know who you are right now, what do we have to know about how you grew up?
Well, I grew up with wonderful parents, hardworking, and they discovered a way to help our people. We were in slavery. It was a very sad time, an unforgettable time, but we lived through it and moved on. But a lot of people had lost what little bit they had, you know.
People who watch these videos come from a lot of places in the world. Most of them don't understand the concept of what you've been through and what your family has been through. What is the racism that people like yourself have faced? And maybe you specifically.
Some men went to Africa and stole the people. You can't get clearer than that. Those people, they were more young than older. because they wanted them to be able to be healthy and work and not be paid. When you're alone at night and you think of the horror of that, and the same people who stole them committed horrible crimes against them, raping the women, and I don't want, that gets me upset. But we pull through some of it, but I'll never forget the cruelty that was involved in slavery. Nobody should ever go there.
Is there an instance in your life where you felt racism and that really sticks with you to this day?
I had to leave Chicago, the place I was born, and all of our properties and everything, all of that was taken by this city of Chicago.
What life lesson did that teach you?
Well, I still say a lot of people in this world have had a hard time. So I brush my hard time off because I want to be happy. I want to be with happy people and hardworking people and people who accomplish something. I want the people of the world, every race, to be proud of who they are, not who their neighbor is, or anyone with a fairer complexion. Can I say, I hope we can get rid of Donald Trump?
It wouldn't be an interview in the U.S. without that. Like I told you, I'm 25, so a quarter
That's
a
a
quarter
wonderful
of your
age.
quarter of your age. A lot of people who are mid-20s, early 30s feel it's too late in life. What do you say to that when you hear that?
I said that's very sad. Enjoy your life and don't walk around with a chip on your shoulder. There are plenty of people who have reason to be upset. I'm not overlooking that. But try to cure the problem and be happy. Listen to some good music, or paint, or have a hobby on the side, because that was such a relief for us to have the music.
So if I'm listening to you and I'm 25 and I think it's too late, is it too late?
Are you kidding?
What if I'm 40 and I'm thinking it's too late?
It's not too late at 40. It's never too late. Unless you're absolutely bedridden. As long as your 2 feet walk and your body is willing, you can go sit by the ocean and recuperate.
If you were someone who's been watching some of our most recent videos, you've probably heard me talk about our goal-setting journal. But today, I don't want to talk about it. Let's hear from people who are not me, who've actually been using it.
What's up, guys? My name is Shiv. I'm 25 years old and I'm a real estate agent. And I got this thing right here, the Sprouht Journal, even personalized it with my name. In my opinion, any goal that's really worth achieving in this life requires consistency and accountability. This thing right here will do both for you.
This journal is perfect for you if you are ready to finally make change this year.
What is one thing that when you were younger, you put a lot of importance on, and as you got older, you realized wasn't that important?
There were some things that were bad that happened to me, and I lived with that and tried to see the sunny side, because I don't like being angry or frightened or afraid or any of those things. I tried to associate with people who had a certain amount of happiness in their life, because everybody has some little things that bother them. My mother's favorite song was, "If I can help somebody, then my living will not have been in vain." And I live pretty much by that. I'm sure I've made mistakes and learned from them, but I'd rather be happy. I like happy people, or people who are at ease with their life and who've contributed something.
If you could give someone watching 3 rules for a good life, what would those be?
Try to eat healthy. I think to educate yourself, even if you can't go to college, you can read some good books, spend some time in the library, and choosing a good life's work. Everybody is not fit for every profession. Get into something that you genuinely enjoy or that benefits other human beings. And
have a beer.
you said that.
I said, yeah. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
It's been my pleasure.